And this we are chatting with Mrs. Leanna Alexander, who is a special needs facilitator. And we know when you see you sitting here, it's because we're talking all about Down syndrome awareness and Down syndrome day. And today we are chatting about the Down syndrome day conference. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thank you, and good morning to our viewing and listening audience.
Right now, this conference has been happening for a while here in Tobago, and you and your team have been facilitating this. Now we are in the what edition of the conference?
14th.
14. So this is 14 years.
14 years, the organization Down Syndrome Family Network would have been having the conference in Tobago. It's been for like about 12 years thus far.
Right. And you have been extremely passionate about this, and the conferences has been growing every year. And so this year it has gotten so big that you have to now move back to the Magdalena Grand Hotel. Tell us about that.
Okay, so this year we are at the Magdalena Grand Resort, and the theme that we are looking at is improve our support system. And this basically highlights the need for, I would say, individualized support for individuals with Down syndrome as it relates to their choice, being able to be included in society, their dignity, and other areas that, persons take for granted. It further highlights, or I would say, support families for these persons living with Down syndrome and also other disabilities in terms of advocating for them, caring for them, and supporting them in their daily lives.
Excellent. And this year you have a number of sponsors and partners that have come on board to support. Are there new sponsors that has come on to be a part of this year?
Well, we have our usual sponsor, which is of course, Republic Bank. We have sponsors from Trinidad. For Tobago, I want to highlight the Division of Health and Wellness. So we would have had ongoing support from them for our workshops and now for the conference. Also the Division of Education. And we also have other sponsors who would have reached out, like TADCO and the Lambo Credit Union, to give sponsorship as well. However, they may have to revert to our workshop at a later date.
Understood. Yeah? Understood. And as it pertains to registration, who should be coming to this conference and how can they register?
Okay, so this year we are looking at 150 persons, and we have a flyer that is on social media. It's also on the DSFN page, and there's a link. Persons can register. We are looking at stakeholders, parents of persons with Down syndrome, teachers, school supervisors, social workers, and the wider public, because we want all stakeholders involved in ensuring that persons with Down syndrome and other disabilities are included in society.
Understood. And so as it pertains to the date and the time of the conference?
All right, so as we all know that March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day. And so it's the third month, the 21st day. And that is significant with Trisomy 21. We also have the Rock Your Socks. So on that day, persons rock their socks. But here in Tobago, we are doing it the day before, which is tomorrow. And we want persons to support. We still have a few spaces for registration. And we would have reached out to our schools, more so primary, secondary, and even the early childhood. Teachers would have been invited. So we want the youths to come out because they are the future for our society. So we would have reached out to the 9 secondary schools and our primary schools so that we could have a representation from our student body as well as a teacher or two from each of these schools supporting.
Totally understood. And would there be any members of the Down Syndrome Society from Tobago that would be speaking at the conference? Because I see that you have a number of persons that are representing that community.
Okay, so it's the Down Syndrome Family Network, and we have 5 speakers, 2 guest speakers, and we have 3 other speakers. And for Tobago, we have Dr. Faith. We have Dr. Faith
Brebner.
Brebner being our speaker, well, representing Tobago. And we are very happy to have her because she would have always supported.
Right. And as it pertains to the self-advocates, are there any self-advocates from Tobago that would be speaking?
We have 1 person that we are hoping to join the panel because from Trinidad we have 3 persons who are working, but in Tobago, in terms of persons with Down syndrome working, we haven't had any to date, but we have persons with other disabilities that should be able to join the panel. At least 1 person we would have targeted thus far.
Excellent. And is there a price attached to joining the conference for the general public?
Thankfully for our sponsors, persons in Tobago do not have to pay. So registration is free. In Trinidad, obviously, there's a $300 fee to go to that conference. But in Tobago, because of our kind sponsors that would have been supporting the program for years, persons in Tobago do not have to pay. So we want them to, take the opportunity to be a part of the conference and come on out and see what's happening as it relates to inclusive and special education here.
Right. And so tomorrow you would be celebrating World Down Syndrome Awareness Day, although it's on Friday. You would be celebrating tomorrow, as tomorrow, March the 20th, is the day of the conference, and you're asking persons to rock their socks as they come to the conference tomorrow.
Yes, because what we normally try to do is to include Tobago. And while the 21st is World Down Syndrome Day, in Tobago we normally do it the day before. So it's on the 20th, and all persons participating can rock their socks. So we are expecting that persons would come out to support their colleagues, their family members, their students, their children with Down syndrome.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Again, this conference is happening tomorrow morning at the Magdalena Grand Hotel and Golf Resort. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and all are invited, teachers, students. Even though you are not a part of that Down syndrome community or have a family member, if you are involved in education or business and want to learn about inclusivity and how to deal with these persons or even how to incorporate them into your organization, this conference is the one for you. It's all about improving our support systems. And again, we want to say thank you so much to you, and we are hoping that all persons watching this morning, or if you know someone who knows someone who might know someone, that you should send this flyer to them and let them know that the conference is happening tomorrow morning. That's March the 20th at the Magdalena Grand Hotel. Before we leave, is there anything that you want to let our viewers know?
Yes, I would like persons to know that they must register, and registration would be closed off today. So if you have not registered, it's an opportunity for you to do so today so that you can be a part of this Hallmark conference as we celebrate persons with Down syndrome and other disabilities here in Tobago.
Excellent. Well, again, we want to thank you and we wish you all the best. Guys, again, we want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Shenell Felix, and have a great day.